Hey, what's up everybody? 3D Theory here. It is 1:34 p.m. and it is August 25th, 2024. And this is vlog number 45. And we're here next to Warner Brothers parking lot or studios. I'm not quite sure. It's one of their off-site studios, if I'm not mistaken. This one says Studio 11. And why are we here? Actually, we're here because over there is Johnny Carson Park. I'm gonna meet you at that sign there. Before we go over to that sign, where I'm standing is Warner Boulevard and Bob Hope Drive, and there is that sign, and there is Johnny Carson Park. But now I will meet you over there. Johnny Carson Park isn't the biggest park, but it's one of my favorites. It's located in beautiful Burbank, California, and it's probably my second favorite park, second only to Griffith Park. Griffith Park's just so huge and has some really cool Disney stuff there. So other than that, this is a really relaxing, beautiful park. It's got really good walking opportunities. So as you walk around, there's a little river here that usually flows. Sometimes it's packed with vegetation and you don't see any water, but I've seen ducks in there. Also, it's where buckwheat used to naturally grow. So if you guys are familiar with the way buckwheat smells, it has a certain scent to it. It's very earthy. I personally like it. So as you walk by these little riverways, you do smell it. So it's really cool. And it kind of gives you this fresh scent as you're walking by. But yeah, this is just a really relaxing place to walk. We got Bob Hope Drive here, and we're located right here, Parkside Avenue. And I'm going to take you through. I did bring a bunch of coffee stuff to make some coffee here. I brought a, portable stove. I was going to do the whole thing, but by the time I parked, I realized I didn't bring a pot to boil the water. So no coffee to begin the walking session, but nonetheless, let's get on to the trail here. And it's again not that big, but it's a really good place to walk. As you walk over here, luckily there's a bathroom over there, so if you need to use the bathroom, you totally can. Right here you got kind of like a little walkway that goes around and meets back up to the one I'm walking on, so it doesn't really take you anywhere different, but it's a little bit of a different path if you want to get a little bit more walking. You got some exercise bars here, lots of places to sit. It's really relaxing, really a clean park, and there is a stage right over there for possible events that might be held here. I haven't really seen any events held here. You may be able to rent it out. You got a little exercise area over here too. By the way, it says over here, Parks Water Bond 2000, State of California, Governor Schwarzenegger. So Schwarzenegger was part of this back in the day, and yeah, can't appreciate it enough. It's very clean. Love this area. You got ABC Studios over there, which is right next to that animation building, the Disney animation building that I showed you guys in one of my previous vlogs. If you go look, you'll see it. This is apparently for sit-ups, so has a little area for sit-ups. And over here, it looks like a little area where you can dine under some interesting looking awnings. One looks like a butterfly, while the other looks like a flower. You got these massive electricity poles over here, and it's just a nice green area. And over here we got the bridge that I was talking about that has the buckwheat, and oh boy, I have never seen it this packed with vegetation. You can kind of see some water there, but I used to see ducks flowing around in here. I don't know what happened here, but used to be a lot more open. This was a frequent spot that I would walk when I was trying to get my, oh, there's some water there. Kind of see the river flowing. Doesn't really flow, but it looks actually kind of still. But nonetheless, this is where I used to walk to get my steps in. And like I said, when I started this vlog, I kind of slowed down on all that, and I'm definitely going to get back into the groove of things. And over here, you can read cottonwood and willow tree, buckwheat, yucca, scale broom, and California sage. The ecosystem known as Alluvial Valley was once common to floodplains like the Tujunga Wash and the Los Angeles River Basin. Sediment from the surrounding mountains was deposited here by various streams running through this valley and feeding into the Los Angeles River. These smaller tributaries historically don't support riparian vegetation. Without vegetation, the sandy banks would not hold the stream in place, and they would be free to move across the valley and often would sink below the ground during small and moderate storms. Centuries ago, local Gabrielino Indians once harvested food from the grasses and vegetation in this area. Later, Mexican and European settlers planted wheat and raised sheep in the fertile flatlands, what once was. So it's really cool to kind of get the history on all this stuff as you're walking by, and there are signs like that everywhere. And I cannot explain to you how good that little area smells. There is another way we can pass through over here. I don't know if you could see it from here, but to reach the other bridge, I think we're gonna go all the way around. Instead of cutting this way, we're gonna go all the way around and reach the bridge that way. As we go around, we actually have more exercise stations as the one that we're approaching here. And we're right in the heart of the studios. We got Warner Brothers nearby, we got DreamWorks nearby in Glendale, and there's Providence over there where Walt spent his last days. Sad story, very sad, but I'm thankful for all the things he's created, inspired a whole lot of people. And yeah, so here's some monkey bars, as we used to call them, to exercise on. And as we go up here, you got a fork in the road, and this one leads back down towards that bridge, while this one takes you around past those little awnings where you can sit and eat. But we're gonna go this way because there's not a whole lot to see. And that kind of reaches the end of that side of the park. So as I mentioned, it's pretty small, and we also got 3 little steps over here as kind of exercise. And as you can see over here is where we have that second bridge. There's a couple of signs, like there's one right over there, and maybe we can actually check that out. And we got another sign over there. I don't know if you can see it from here. There are actually a couple of signs, and that is in between the 2 bridges. I'm going to make my way over to that sign over there, and when I get there, I will read it to you guys and see what it says. There's some interesting facts about this park. Alright, so over here we have the LA River Watershed, and over here it says, a watershed is that area of land, a bounded hydraulic system within which all living things are inextricably linked by their common water, don't know what that says, and where as humans settled, simple logic demanded that they become part of community. John Wesley Powell. Not sure who that is, but I'm kind of interested in looking it up now. Because the Los Angeles River is situated within a highly urbanized watershed, the success of its revitalization, including greening, habitat enhancements, water quality treatments, and restoration activities, is impacted by both upstream and downstream activities in the watershed. This creek, once part of the Tujunga Wash, is part of the Los Angeles River watershed and drains directly into the river downstream. What we put into storm drains upstream ultimately makes its way through the numerous creeks and waterways, ending up in the Pacific Ocean. Hey, that's pretty cool. I really like these little info placards, as you may call them. They're really helpful and really informative. It just adds to a kind of a theming, or it really boosts interest, at least for me, to be able to get some educational value as I walk out here. And we got some beautiful mountains in the back over there. I actually hike some of these mountains from time to time, but when those times come, maybe I could bring you along. The hiking in these parts are really nice, really fun. But now we're gonna make it over to those two signs over there. Ooh, and do not climb these. There are some really sharp spikes on there, guys. So I think that's definitely a way for them to say, hey, don't climb this really tall tower for your own benefit. Yeah, looks like we got some sage plant over here. At least that's what it looks like to me. Don't know what all this stuff is, but man, I really don't know why the stream has gotten so out of control. I really like the way it looked back in the day. It was really clean and you could actually see stuff. Water, ducks. Yeah, you get your trash from time to time, it's inevitable, you know, but at least you could have experienced some of that finer stuff. Let's see what this says. Riparian ecosystems. Riparian refers to living or located on the banks of a natural water course, such as a stream or river's edge. A riparian zone, therefore, is the area that includes plants, birds, insects, and animals that live within this special zone. Riparian ecosystems fare well with the seasonal cycle of flood and drought. The water running through this park is a small stream with native riparian vegetation. Healthy riparian zones with native trees and plants and a free-flowing stream provide habitat for birds, mammals, frogs, and fish, like ducks, like I used to see. As you look out towards the creek, you will see native vegetation such as sandbar willow, arroyo willow, mulefat, deergrass, western ragweed, and California gray rush. Don't know what all those types of plants are, but again, really cool little plaque here. And we got another one over here. It says Wellness Connection. Exposure to the natural world, including nearby nature and cities, helps improve human health, well-being, and intellectual capacity in ways that science is only recently beginning to understand. Richard Louv on nature deficit disorder. Okay, I know that when I come out in nature, it does help me in more ways than one. Extensive habitat restoration in this park is reestablishing wildlife-friendly native plants and trees. The trees and plants attract birds and butterflies, such as the buckeye and western tiger swallowtail butterflies. The wildlife has also been known to attract people. This 10-acre green space is an urban oasis to many, providing a place to relax, stroll, play, or exercise. The quarter-mile loop in this park is a health and wellness loop, enabling Burbank residents and visitors to breathe the fresh air and get exercise in a more natural environment. Enjoy. That is really cool. So it's a half-mile loop. Did it say half a mile? Oh no, it said quarter-mile loop. So to get 1 mile, you'd have to do the loop 4 times. That's really good to know. I'm glad I read that. I've just been going off of what my little Fitbit says over here. I'm currently at 1285 step count, and my doctor mentioned that I should probably do 10K a day, most days of the week, which, I kid you not, I really stayed on it for a while. And it takes about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how much you walk. And boy, oh boy, getting about 10K here, not that easy. You hear me walking a lot of loops. But, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so we got that second bridge over here, which has another plaque. We're gonna be able to read a placard, if you will. And let's see how this side of the river looks. Do we see any water? I don't think so. This is actually where I used to see a lot of ducks. You know what? It's actually a little better over here. Yeah, no, it's a lot better over here. You got the waterway that leads downstream to that huge bushy area. Really nice. Let's see what we've got over here. Yep, you got your water. Keeps going through. I was about to say, what is that, bamboo? But no, they're pipes. But nonetheless, let's see what this placard says. Plaque. It says creek restoration. In the 1930s, as the city of Burbank industrialized and grew, engineers created concrete canals to control the periodic flooding which destroyed local life and property. A system of piping systems and channels or canals. I don't know, channels or canals. Maybe that was channels. Collects stormwater and directs it into the Los Angeles River. This creek, known as the Tujunga Wash, functioned primarily as a flood control channel. This healthy creek provides a low-maintenance channel for flood protection while creating wildlife habitat. It is also part of a larger plan to redevelop parkland along the Los Angeles River by removing layers of concrete and asphalt to expose a more natural soft-bottom stream. The bed exposes the sandy and cobbled texture, allowing stormwater to infiltrate into the ground. Restoring the stream also enables native plant communities and invertebrates to reemerge in the softer soils. When the native plants start to flourish, look for migrating birds such as western kingbirds and ash-throated flycatchers. I don't know who named these birds, but it's a mouthful. Ash-throated flycatcher. Hey, look, there's an ash-throated flycatcher over there. I don't know. Sounds a little bit too much. How about an ash-throated? Ash-throat. I don't know. But it looks like we're coming back around the loop over here to another seating area. We had one other exercise station back there, but there were some people sitting. I didn't want to bother them. But we have another one over here. It's just a pole that slants downward. And we're back to where we started. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of Johnny Carson Park. Really love this park. Really peaceful place. You can kind of get into the zone and just go round and round and round. There's one more placard over here. And I remember I was stretching one day and I saw it and I thought it was super cool. Over here it says, in memory of the crew of the United States Space Shuttle Columbia, February 1st, 2003. And it says all the names over here. These astronauts knew the dangers and they faced them willingly, knowing they had a high and noble purpose in life. Because of their courage and daring and idealism, we will miss them all the more. Mankind is led into the darkness beyond our world by the inspiration of discovery and the longing to understand. Our journey into space will go on. President George Bush. All right, Anderson, Ramon, husband, McCool, Brown, Clark, Chawla. Really cool. Love these sorts of historic places. Really nice. So I did start a memberships only. So if you guys like this sort of content, this is the type of behind the scenes things you'll see in the memberships only content section. So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, please be sure to sign up for the membership I've created. There's 3 tiers that you could sign up for. And I'll be showing you some more exclusive content, some of the projects that I'm working on. I'll show you some more behind the scenes footage of it, and just kind of give you guys more of a closer connection to what I do. And I'll be doing some live streams or maybe some live Q&A sessions with the membership stuff. So if you guys are interested, please check it out. Nonetheless, that about wraps it up for today's vlog. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, peace, love, and joy.